In the last video, we looked at Paul's learning how to learn skills. In this next video, we're going to look at his communication and social skills and see what we're able to do with him during the 5 days. Now, we also wanted to work on his comprehension a little bit, his understanding and processing of language, in particular, like sort of multiple parts. So there are a few things we wanted to do. We started by working on his ability to listen to sort of 3 labels, be able to retrieve those and give them to us. Here's an example at the beginning of the week, and we structured it up. We had these sort of circles on a piece of paper to indicate there were 3 things. We made the task quick, and we've reduced the amount of things he can choose from to make it also a little bit easier.
士多啤梨、小巴、粟米。
士多啤梨、巴士、粟米。啱晒，係啊，呢個係小巴。
We also used a little bit of a rehearsal technique, not in this video, but as we went through the week, so that when we said to him, okay, ball, bus, car, we would ask him, what did we just say? And he would say ball, bus, car, and we say, okay, go do it. This can be a really useful technique, memory rehearsal, to help people to remember things and increase their memory, which is a really, really important skill we want the children to learn.
碟、叉、水。碟、叉、水。碟、叉。
This is him at the end of the week, and he's in a pretty natural context now, doing some shopping at the supermarket.
我要番茄、香蕉、橙。
香蕉。
唔該晒，幾錢啊
300幾蚊。
And you can see he's very sharp in remembering and being able to do those kind of 3-part instructions very, very well. We did some similar things with his ability to follow one instruction with multiple parts. For example, get me the big blue plate. And again, he was able to really follow those instructions very, very well by the end of the week.
呢個綠色嘅大車轆喺你嘅車度。你這個包食先，
We also worked on his WH comprehension. This is quite a common thing that, people might ask. As you remember, he wasn't very good at answering those questions in the beginning of the week. So there was a whole process of programming that went on. And in this clip, you'll see us having him match, locations with the word of where and people with who, so that he's demonstrating some awareness that, when we're asking where questions, it relates to locations. And when we're asking questions about who, it relates to people. When we're asking about someone's doing, it relates to action. So this is really a matching task that we see in this video. That was where we sort of started to begin.
呢度
係啦，一仔係啦，邊度廁所？係啦，呢個做緊咩啊？
做緊。
係做緊咩？
Here's a video of him at day 5 doing really well, and June grabs a book and sits with him to ask him lots of different questions about the book, and he does very well with that.
做緊咩啊佢？
食早餐。
係啊，原來咧佢預備去打波喎，着咗對鞋，對睇對鞋發生咩事啊？
We also wanted to try to combine programs together because, you can't always work on one thing at a time. You need to sort of be like, there's a lot of things that go on in a classroom or at home in a natural setting. So here's one example where we combine the WH questions, the comprehension program, with also the secret word. He's got a lesson going on where he has to listen really carefully for the 2 secret words that are going to happen. We're also asking him WH questions at the same time. So he has to pay attention to all the things we're saying because we might ask questions about that. He's got to pay good attention to the questions being asked and also remember to write down when he hears the secret words. So it requires an awful lot of attention in quite a long lesson with a lot of information being provided.
好想去買嗰對新㗎，因為佢最中意嘅活動咧就係同朋友仔一齊踢波啦、打千秋啦，係啦，打千秋啦，同埋咧佢咧好中意一齊玩水嘅喎。啊！佢哋買咗個新鞋之後咧，就同朋友一齊去玩啊！嗱，着住咧水鞋嗰個咧就係 Will 啦。哇！好犀利，軒軒，好留心聽我講波同水鞋嘅時候，你都知喎，叻仔啊！好啦，咁跟住咧，佢哋一齊玩啊，同 Will。咦啊！我諗起啊，一樣嘢啊，你睇下呢度做緊咩啊？
踢波。
踢波喎，踢得好 好清楚啊！我諗
This is another example of us combining the program, and this is sort of a PE lesson. And we've got 3 programs that run here. One is the WH comprehension, another is following multiple part instructions, and another is the treasure hunt. So you'll see that Nicole is holding a timer in her hands that she's going to hide, and you'll see her asking different kinds of questions, multiple part instructions to go and do different things, some comprehension of WH, and you'll see she also hides the timer at some point and then waits for a while and asks him to go and retrieve it. So there's multiple things here that engage him to have to listen carefully, watch, pay attention, be very, very focused on the lesson. And again, he does very nice.
有豆袋啊，仲有花圈啊，有好多嘢嘅喎。咁咧，小朋友要小心啲啊，唔好棘親喎，我哋要注意安全喎。好，咁你幫我手咧，set up 啲嘢先。我想你幫我攞一個大嘅綠色圈啊。哇，聽得好清楚，啲好，我擺喺呢度先。咁跟住咧你幫我攞翻個 timer 啊！哇，呢篇，梗係你頭先非常專心咁樣睇住老師行去邊度。
We also looked at some of the social things, so we continued in the week to teach him about that game that we showed you in the last video of his baseline, where we wanted him to sort of play slapjack with the other child. And so he learned the game and liked the game, and here's a clip of him playing that with one of the other children. We also wanted to develop his sort of awareness a little bit more, his social awareness of where people were and what people were doing, and have him participate in an activity. So another one was having him keep the scorecard for a game. And so there's another peer who's doing an activity, and he's got to watch the peer and record kind of what he does. So he's got to watch the peer and be quite aware of what he's doing during this activity, and pay a lot of attention to what the peer is up to. We also wanted to combine a couple of programs with the social, social awareness and interaction, but we also wanted to work on his memory skills, right? And his ability to follow more conditional, delayed instructions. And in these examples, we ask him, when the peer comes, why don't you share the toy with him, okay? So he has to be aware of when the peer is turning up. He also has to share, which is sometimes quite difficult to do. And we're hoping this can also serve as some way that he can initiate to the other children. So here's a clip of the iPad. And in this clip, we did it around the Mario Kart. And this is nice because he can share one of the other controllers so they can both play together. But actually he's in that room for quite a while, but he still remembers, he's quite aware that when the peer comes in and what to do. So these are a nice kind of like really mini start to him maybe initiating to the other peers to begin some activities that they can play together. So we're very happy with our 5 days of work. Feel that we've really helped him along with some of those learning how to learn areas, and he's shown some very nice progress in skills that would be really essential for him to really function well in a classroom setting. So we have some more children in the pipeline. Hopefully we'll also be very happy to share their beginnings and progress in the coming months.